SEC Network. And here on The Drill, Chris Doering.
Brought to you by Farrah & Farrah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, let's talk some Gator football with our buddy Chris Doering from the SEC Network. Man, I love watching Chris on Saturdays, long days, breaks it down for us like nobody does. Doing a great job up there, Chris. Proud of your efforts.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I was interested to hear if you were proud of the efforts of the Florida team after the way they played. I know we don't celebrate moral victories.
I was proud of the team.
Yeah,
I was proud of the guys. I was proud of the effort. I've been proud of the effort for the last 2 weeks. What I wasn't proud of was scared money don't make money, the ultimate irony. And I could – listen, the not going for two thing is – it's just dumb. But the other – Chris, he just has no feel for a football game. And obviously, in the end, a head football coach, during the game, what he does is so very important.
Yeah.
And this is where he just doesn't have it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think, and I said it on our show on Saturday night, the same things that have kind of cost us games in the last couple of years were what came back to bite us in this one. I thought it was game management, clock management towards the end of the half. I thought there were some play calls that definitely, you talk about having a feel. I played for a guy that had the best feel that I've ever been around when it comes to calling ball plays and understanding situations, and you're right there. And then obviously, the 12 men on the field on the field goal attempt. The real killer was Graham taking the sack when he did, but obviously we wasted a timeout earlier in that possession that would have been beneficial there. So it all comes back to the same things, and I don't know how you have 12 guys on a field goal.
What about
attempt.
the Mets, Chris? What about the Mets? There's 11 circles on the Mets.
Yeah, on the Mets. That's what I said too, man. Everybody made fun of us, but I thought at least, hey, we're doing something to make sure it doesn't happen again, and then it happens again.
It does.
I don't, man. We called it irony. I think it's more. It might be a stronger term than ironic, but man, if your slogan is "Scared money don't make money," and you got a top 10 team on the ropes. By the way, to Hickens' point, maybe you haven't been watching the same second half, Billy, but they're beating you up and down the field. They got all the momentum here, Chief.
Yeah, you lost Mertz.
You're down everyone. This is like and here's the irony too, Chris. Forget the "Scared money don't make money." We're in an era where these wackadoodle coaches go for it all over the damn place. I can't keep up anymore. 4th and 2, your own 27. Sounds like we're going for it. And here's the most natural place to put them on the chopping block and go win a football game. And, man, to somehow fancy that your chances are better playing overtime in front of $100,000 is
against a better team.
Against a better team.
Do you remember last time Florida went up there? I want to say we were down 10 late, and we inexplicably went for 2 there and then blamed it on analytics.
We did.
So I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I kind of at the time I had a little bit of that scared money because I was thinking, all right, well, let's just play defense. Our defense has kind of been the bright spot of the night. Let's just play D and extend the game. I didn't know necessarily if they had a 2-point play drawn up that was one that Lagway was featured in or not. I mean, we'd struggled in the short yardage goal line situations earlier on a 4th and 1. Probably not a great call on the speed sweep to Trey Wilson there, especially when they were in that coverage. And then, the strip. James Pierce made a tremendous play on the
Mertz.
strip on the sneak down there. So, I was playing a little scared. I was like, man, we haven't played these situations well. Let's defer to the defense and extend the game and see what we can do. But obviously, wasn't the right call in hindsight.
You know what it is it's the calls though. You're first off, it's 4th and 1 the first time, and you got Lagway in there, and it's not even 1. It's like an inch. And you run a sweep with a 170-pound kid or whatever Trey weighs. And then you're down on the goal line. That's the drive where Montrell was a human wrecking ball. By the way, it's a fine call. The call's not that bad. A quarterback sneak from the half-yard line's no big deal. Graham's got to do a better job than that. But nonetheless, it's the feel for the game. And then you in your head, I'm thinking if they somehow miraculously score a touchdown and Lagway made a heck of a play, and they do you want one play from the 2-yard line to win a game, or because there's 29 seconds left?
Yeah.
And then you get them to burn a timeout so you're even better shape.
Hey, how about this? Yeah. I know you can't factor this into maybe the game time decision, but if you really look at it now, this is a play that could have years-long ripples. This is your freshman quarterback in the most hostile of situations, forced into action at top 10 Tennessee, who hits a touchdown pass with 29 seconds to go. Yeah. Let him get the ball and get an unbelievable. Yeah. What does that propel him to? You don't have, you lose that reward potentially also.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there, and certainly, the big body and the running ability. You had to think it would be some sort of call that would have involved his legs. And
I hope, but no telling.
You don't know. I said I was joking in the studio at some point that along the line we're moving the ball down the red zone. Might as well just take 3 knees and try to kick a field goal or something. It was about as conservative as what a lot of the stuff we were doing was. But
Chris, South Carolina. The difference is Beamer played to win at Alabama. The fourth down call, he throws one in the end zone, gets a touchdown. The 2-point conversion is a great call. It was right there. The quarterback just overthrew it. And by the way, Florida fan would have been able to live with that a lot more than going into overtime there. So, and listen, even as that game's unfolding, this is how I am. Now, some people aren't this way, but I am like, man, Billy, win this game. Go beat Kentucky, man, and I'll cheer my ass off for you. And I'll say, go, Billy, get us to 7. And I'll still support you, bro. But doggone, man.
You got to give the fan base a reason to be invested, and that's what I feel like we've been missing the last couple of weeks. Is there's really no ability with all the uncertainty of the future and not a lot of hope for the schedule. It doesn't give Florida fans a reason to really feel invested in the season. Although I tell you what, man, I was impressed in flying up to Charlotte for our studio work on Thursday and flying back yesterday. Man, a number of Gator fans on the flight making the trip to Knoxville.
God bless them.
You can't ever complain about the commitment that the fans have to this program.
No. By the way, let me be the first to say this because this is something that's going to come up in the next 2 months. Okay, when it comes to Billy Napier and his future. Well, if you fire Billy Napier, you're going to lose DJ Lagway. But first of all, I don't know who thinks they've got the insight into that. But nonetheless, you know what? And that's my answer. Yeah. So what?
Well,
There'll be another Lagway. There'll be another corner. Don't get me wrong. I love him. I want him to be here. I hope that's the future. Yeah. But come on.
If you hire the right guy, he'll stay.
That's correct.
Anyway.
You'll score. You'll run offense, and you'll get the next one.
Three points to that. Yeah, I heard go hire the right guy, one. Secondly, you cannot be beholden to any of these kids. I think that's what you're seeing with so many different coaches failing is the desire. And I think that's been one of our issues throughout the season is the desire to make everybody happy and try to make everybody feel included. And you have to find a way to be a coach that holds people accountable, that coaches hard. Like I don't think the things in Tuscaloosa are necessarily working right now with the idea of, hey, we're going to be kinder, gentler to everybody, and especially this group that's always been coached hard by Coach Saban. So I think that's one of the issues. But the other thing, I've talked to folks over there that say DJ loves being a Gator. This guy loves being here in Gainesville, loves the idea of being the starting quarterback. So I don't think it's necessarily a thought of, hey, we got to keep this guy in order to keep DJ Lagway for the future. I don't think that's the reality.
Well, Doering, first off, Chris Doering, our guest, by the way. First off, a tip of the cap to Graham Mertz. God bless him. He played his ass off.
Never about him. Even the ones that want Lagway to play more.
He's a good young man. He worked hard. He's a great Gator. He came in and he embraced the program. And so, anyway, tip of the cap to him and all that. And he had good numbers. He played better than we all expected. So,
for sure,
good for him.
I love this kid. I've got to know him personally. I just think so highly of him. I think, we complain about the transfer portal. But the transfer portal, this is a guy that benefited from having a new opportunity and loved being a Gator and put it on the line. And I'm sick about the way the season started. He had probably his worst game as a Gator against Miami, as a lot of people did, and folks kind of turned on him, and then he was caught in this bad situation of not being able to make the fans happy, but he did everything he could to help DJ Lagway. He's such a great teammate, and just sick that he's not going to have the rest of the year to be able to finish it up the way he wanted to.
He deserves a moment. He deserves a moment.
He deserves the fans to really appreciate what he's done here and the commitment that he's shown and what DJ is going to end up being in the future. A lot of that will go to Graham's influence.
With that said, my concern now going forward is we're walking into college football challenges, I guess is the best way to say it, and we got one quarterback, and I don't trust. We got a long way to go, man, and there's nobody behind DJ Lagway, Chief. Nobody.
saw it last year, right? I mean, we lost a couple quarterbacks, and it was like, hey, what are we going to do? FSU dealt with it last year. I think it's the reality of college football today, with as thin as rosters are.
Yeah.
You're one injury away from having to completely change everything you're doing schematically.
Hey guys, Taylor Dahl here. Thanks so much for checking out our 1010XL Florida Gators page. If you're looking for more Florida content, subscribe now. But if you're looking for some professional football, NFL content, head over to our 1010XL Jaguars page.